Hey everyone, this is Big Mike, and this is my review of Dr. Sleep. I just got back from the theater, and I have to say, this was a decent movie. It was a good experience. If this is a follow-up to The Shining, and it's starring Ewan McGregor as Danny, a grown-up version of Danny, who at this point, he's had some problems in life after what happened to him after the events of the first movie, The Shining. He's had a problem with alcoholism. He's violence. He's getting into bar fights, stuff like that. He grew up trying to repress, his shining, his power, basically, his, telepathic abilities. And in the movie, he ends up meeting another person with a gift who's actually, pretty powerful. And her name is Abra. And they run into a group of shining stealers or eaters. I don't know how else to really describe it. But yeah, like this group of people, I would assume also have a gift or ability. And what they do is they prey on those with the shining so that they can gain a longer life. So basically, like, most of the people have lived for hundreds, maybe even 1,000 years. It wasn't too too much explained. They did say, like, you won't live forever, and you did see some of them die or whatever, but they usually live pretty long as they have someone with that ability to feed on. So let's talk about like some of the good things. They had some very good callbacks to the original Shining. So the character played by Scatman Crothers in the first one, what was his name? Dick Halloran? I think his name was Dick Halloran in the first movie, who was played by Scatman Crothers, like I just said. Carl Lumbly actually was recast, that was 40 years ago. Scatman Crothers died in the 80s. So he was recast as that character. And I mean, when I first saw him on screen, I'm like, is that Scatman Crothers? Like, they really did a good job. They had a look-alike for Shelley Duvall's character, Danny's mom. They even had like a look-alike for Jack Nicholson's character, once they got back to the hotel. And like those callbacks were like really good. Couple of things that really I didn't care for. It was kind of slow in the beginning, and kind of the first act leading into the second act was a bit slow. It did pick up, and I did actually enjoy the film, overall. And I am going to keep this non-spoiler or semi-spoiler because I explained the plot, but not really any spoilers. So this is semi-spoilery, but we're sticking to non-spoiler territory here. So so I enjoyed it. I think I'd give the movie overall about a 7 overall. The original Shining, was a classic movie. I watched it again recently, probably about 5-6 months ago, because my wife had never seen it. So we watched it again. I enjoyed watching it again, but it really, like, I guess categorized as a horror movie, like, it really didn't do too much, like in the scare category. And this one is kind of the same. To me, it didn't really scare me too much. This was almost like the sci-fi, you know what I mean? So overall, it's a decent film. The book was written for this, I think, back in 2013 by Stephen King. So there were some changes. Now, I didn't read the book, but I did read a synopsis of the book, after I saw the movie. So there were some changes. If you read the book and you liked the book and you liked how, everything wrapped up, I don't know if you'll be disappointed in this, because it does end very differently than it does in the book. So, hopefully you won't be too disappointed if you read the book and wanted to stay pretty close to the source material. From what I read of the synopsis, it was pretty close. They changed a few things. Some things I think would have been better if they had put, what was in the book in the movie. But, you know, like I said, the movie was still enjoyable as opposed to like, you know, for the things that I didn't like, which is it just, you know, drug a little bit in the first and a little bit of the second act. But if you saw the movie, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell for notifications for all my latest content. And once again, thanks for watching and see you next time.